this afternight, this almost dawn here in Buenos Aires, that is 4:22 a.m. I were just sleeping here, and I had a recurrent Nazi practice, Argentina, see the federal gendarme and KIRCHNER with United Evangelics suffer. You know, these were a very gestalt instant for the Nazis, went through the Second Reich, that they called the significantly elemental clear try to blame the superheroes, to making intelligence and making para-intelligence and distant intelligence, also meta-intelligence they used to call, and meta-intelligence that they used to call in the metaphysics elemental form. Where everyone used to proceeding for the possessing the capacities to handling and spiritual elemental powers in a view for what Egypt delivered and in a view for what it used to be the whole of the exercising that this whole just proceeded about making the revivals for the government of the world. Suddenly at the reality of the soul used to just taking peoples that they knew organizers, heads and elemental for, which it were and it meant that the pursuit of the powers and domain that they used to having organized as anything and everything in base of the one that, telling the one that has whatever elemental objective as projection, like this Sodom-Gomorrah permanently does about me and our people. And in the view for whatever the meaning is coding, the purpose of the whole of the reducing, destroying and having the element for supremacy and dignitary superior and the element for worse, which is exactly what Sodom-Gomorrah KIRSCHNERS Argentina with United Evangelics does, with me and with everyone, saying that they are the ones that will say what will be the perfection and the element for worth. Nazi used to make this, and these are the precedents for. So suddenly, at the reality for this day, I just saw Macri's face, and as if I will be the one that will tell him in a very discussion for something which is radically nonsense in this government, with the understanding there are people that doesn't get nothing and trying to make something, which are under the view with 6 of this degenerates in that meeting at this hour, supposedly, for one elemental clear fact that they proceeds about making this, how to anyone will answer and how will anyone say to staging, how will just come, sorry, the elemental view for the answering and for the making the chat about how will anyone given the right instant for blacking magazine. So suddenly, at the clear fact for this, and at the reality, as this will ever just deliver, they would stage what and who, and while that, one perro de generalo of Policía Federal Argentina, pretender of expertise on this cargo and this MAHO'D, the whole and the most of the bodies are all the same except for so few. Making the chat of, He thinks he knows something of administration, the liars. And I was explaining what it means, administration of governance, all through 15 years, showing what it is and what it were. Sodom-Gomorrah Nazi KIRSCHNERS. Administrating the hell that they are. Not me. You get it. So, suddenly, at the point of the reality, is exactly what we were through. This casta de degenerados were always para-intelligence and always associated and membership of Nazi and always associated as membership of the whole of the generation this land always provided to remaining and sustaining the shit this class keeps on. I came on exposing them in front of the whole of the world, and we came on making a job and showing what is this like, organizing the complete of the worldist crime, organized crime, and the whole of the values and elements for criminals, which criminals are. Then, at the clear fact of these realities, we found this day that supposedly I will be telling to Macri, excuse me, I'm sorry, I beg your pardon, give me a moment, can I say something? Can I, teacher? Yes, high school, can I? And I myself said so, and I will hear what? At the reality of, the problem consists that here we should making a depuring because of all through the whole Kirchner's administration were made and procedures preceded and produced in base of forgeries and lies, and gotta be a complete depuring of everything for the restoring the whole as truth because of. I'm gonna tell you one thing. This is exactly the day where would be taken again the government of Israel, the government of the United States of America, the governments of Europe, the governments of Asia, the governments of Africa, the complete of Canada as well, and the complete of the governments where the basis of this still are functional for this class of things. And I'm going to tell you one thing. Blanky are 879,204 members that makes the para-intelligence and this what I called since the beginning the witches corporation of Kirchners and Nazi, SODOM-GOMORRAH, Argentina, and Evangelics. What they called Secretary for Security, Paranormal Scientific of Defense and Security of the Nation. There are the most of this Nazi making this, always were. They're supposed fired because of all the pure the armed forces about the supposed best time of Nazi making Argentina. This country is based in Nazi since the name until the whole that here were proceeded and produced permanently, except for the ones that were birthed, not for the goddamn name and the disgusting land, but exactly for the reason of their existence a real God, which is no Nazi. So, suddenly, I have been with this story that I couldn't end on the sway for my account of Microsoft that this Nazi Sodom-Gomorrah, the liars, they do and they done and it's done. And that they will end already in base of making this. How will be my life and how will be the elements that will be their lives? I'm going to show you what were the first, second and third Reich. That this will be a fifth, actually. So suddenly, we count with the 1920 that were dedicated of the Plekiva and Smar, called Chapar Atasor. Blanky Revefechmot Sechal Giliver Fochal Fechmat Sechal Visi Redech Lacharet Sosfatim Galkimo Revefechal Chalot Lagidas Sesel. Bautlakim Bogar Fechmat Sechili Bablakti Kadach Dasman Savaso Shafim and Cholbas Matem Galbetara Sosim. Then, when it started, were 1862. While 1862 were a fever of the discovered powers, supernatural stories were in Rome, where it used to be in Egypt, in Blekia Hafochmatzen, seeking for the marvelous realities for what a human, a superiorness, whatever just become supremacy for the world in base of a plat and a sua, a sof. The Tat supposed king. The reality of saying Pharaoh, it didn't mean kings. Pharaoh, which is Pharaoh Amun, will mean actually for what it were Egypt. Superior, elemental, supposed divine, above. It were not king and won't ever happen. So 70 Tutankhamun, or Tut, were exactly the Kleki Pohras Visov and Plevisos Pohras Vespasmats Shuf and Senat and Pleki Magresosim. From that base, Atleki Rebefochman Sechalimian Svaleram, trying to take in whatever elemental for how will be who can, because of they will defeat Elachachai. The same this the generals that says they don't first and not be this, but they will know everything, they will be me. It's exactly the class of it's a complete organization of abominations that they are, and they choose us for. Den opvroeg klekivo gewestfakmatie op de dispokpegie de rectesport massession masvan. In blekiver fakmatsegie op de sochravespasimoplading, making the intelligence for the getting in the whole of the power or elements, like if there will be some serious affairs for the state and for the truth. En blegi mogen we vechidis wat de machtige misafi kareva. En blegi mogen we spachalitis os matlesemavim anta. Angelti mogen we vechalitis os gerises madresasim pantaote. Lembea blegi mogen we chavesosimi banse taumatu. In blegi mogen we vechalitis os madresofam dubatu. Now, how possible, how disgusting, how sick that goddamn land with the pardon victims. Suddenly, at the real, the most recurrent here to found is one perra, telling Vení que yo se lo voy a mostrar y yo le voy a dar una lección de vida. Llámame la bruja y yo voy a ser la más bruja de todas. Vamos a ser cagado. And it's exactly the class of land. Mierda. With a pardon of victims. Then, Fen Robes Vagin Tlaki Borer Fachbats Vachmatzech Albio Beresosech Haris Matan. Lenkivo greve fechman se revit la tika man bleki focha bleve sosatika fahartasif. Ishkat bleki mo greve fachman ansebo blefisim. This land were permanently providing this class of a sickness for the making this. When I ever started to work, January 1st, 2005, and I said, I'm gonna make my job. The whole of the radical were, don't you let it, and take everything off. We're the same at the Reich, but same team. Don't you let them, with access, make the whole of the element for everybody to know and everybody to be aware. Once the dignitary element of the evidence, nobody could avoid the same disgusting sense of evidently. And while the reality of the sickness, which this all means, this all is, klevik refochabach metvis parlevis patechavismat levismat, incompletera tachales fortischen foblekira vesmosmet. Blekin revefogamat sechalvika revefogalvisosvat levesasim para-intelligence all over the world, even in the US, and in the whole of the governments, to the making the elemental staging and briefing carefully. They had to forward at the supposed superiorness with the pleki mohre fechman sibo blekara spachare sisasher atsa. That meant at the time the klek bi korregisem. You see anovisman seb and you see amasu amaram were the meaning of the suit. The supposed superior caste. You see them today in cargo, the most of the supposed expertises, and some subtly making civil intelligence, like the barro de generados of this that I told you, making the stage of, and what he will say, and what the other will say, and makes a very witches de generados abominados delirando conversation, styling KIRSCHNERS and SODOM-GOMORRAH, Fuerzas Armadas Ejército Argentino and United Evangelics, to the making this spiritist session styling Nazi, SODOM-GOMORRAH, for the showing what will be like, for the, okay, make the intelligence because of will be responsive on this, and make the witches for they to remain that way. And the evangelic to suppress for this to work. So in the middle of the reality, mess with our business. Starts to making the generation on the supposed superiorness, massive rape and murder of Jewish as whoever to form the breach. Massive rape and murder to everyone as delivered at my name for the supposedly control. The power of the El Kad Atzor that they said to say at Ankimosen, and terror to describe and say like El Chai Kadosh. In base of meat, hold with my face, with a witchcraft of a degenerado car, and a spell of a degenerado angelico, for that word saying that they will defeat the devil. And Nazi used to say, we see the Bible, and the Bible expresses clearly that the ones that and in base of the degenerations they are exists. Abominables. So all through this land is okay and feel of Nazis at the world and the whole shelter for making what they says is the worth and superior. Like happened while Peron and the rest all. Fenrat is for him at Lekimo Ravas and have a plebisos Shalev. Bentlikim Moramas Vermitacha Veso have a Blovis Salaswasim, they will be me. And they will have the powers given by the supposed God with evangelics. The hell in person, the whole together. Rempaplikimi revespachal vesechivit plafesmosim. And supposedly will be a rabbin, every one of them. And supposedly will be the Blechevesichishvasim, the superior God, and they will be kingdom of heaven, that Hitler, the master, the ancestor, couldn't make it. They will care about my genetics as well. Ben Reli Fachman Sechel Vikari, Revespot Livison Spat, Revespot Vasema. Galkibon Revefachbach Machalginisim, well keeps on making the switching on the back doors at my computer, my system, for the Plegimo Revefechbot Leki Revefachman Sechel Blesesim, and my browser that destroyed for redirectioning and switching the values and plugin, and the whole of the networks and registers for browser today to have it says, oh, snap. Well, we're permanently and I have it disconnected by the system and dissociates the whole what it means hardware from my system for they to say always for them and thems. And you have no access to these files, my files, in a folder, pretending to do that with the rest, saying that it were always them, and they will have it, oh, what a traitor idea. The rest of criminales degenerados, EVANGELICALS-UCD, SODOM-GOMORRAH. Rembo plekimo revefechol bat lekimo revesesveshachim. In klekimo revefechalvesim is only what I allow at my system. Anything to be the diversity over supposed Microsoft Argentina KIRSCHNERS is criminal, and they are going to die for what they do to me and to us. With the same Sodom-Gomorrah of them, and then Nazi revivals, United Evangelics. Rempa plekimo revespachti, apar revefechpi as vasemo pleriman. In klekimo revefachman sechel idiot revesasivav. The reality delivered into Pentlekimo revespachmatzivaplim. They just were Steptika resochishvasenim and saying government of the world for the whole of the world to have the same, and they will be the head. They will be me. Doing what I supposedly will do, and being who I will be, or who I said I am. In base also to using stolen technology in deep Ersman, Revespachman Sechli Susan, under skin, elemental nanotech in gold and pleking borres matsan, in pleki revefochman sebel blefis and pleki revefafif tsanan. To the making control of certain responsive elements wireless be an revechova blesinig, and will be what I have and what I will do. With crafters, with satellites, and with any other Ejército Argentino, Servicio de Inteligencia del Estado Argentino, Gendarmería Nacional, Policía Federal Argentina, Policía Metropolitana, Gobierno de la Ciudad de Buenos Aires, Policía de Seguridad Aeroportuaria, Prefectura Naval Argentina, Fuerzas Armadas Argentinas, and unas fuerzas ejército. Moving with my hand satellites and making a complete element for this casta de mierda going to hell. So, trying to catch my moment of spiritual. I want the power, like any Nazi de mierda, barra. And saying that they will be, and they has rights given by evangelics, Nazi de mierda, diablos. Putting close and saying, I have the hand, I have the hand, I have the Enfermas Gomorrah, playing the fa actora, Rasarata. And birds in hell, in ashes, everyone. So suddenly, in the reality of the soul, Pleki Bogares Fachmat keeps on making that, I'm going to show that I'm going to control the all its networks and browser. And that's not going to happen. We're going to have it and we're going to show it such because of Hitler's as a demon. We got to protect them. Like the Gestalt Ben Khari Fochmansi Apleki Vohoris Fochmansim, Spitlagi Morale Fechmi and Blevisospatika, Chavasvasem, Shekti, Atsem. So through this, the first Reich transcord in a very Kleki Morale Fechbol, Levisman Christos, and Oblevisman Sachashvasim, Legimir Fechwal, Levispot Leki Vasadam. Glegi Morale Fechman Sachad, Legi Morale Sichish Vasam. In Blaima Revefech Visospat Lenesalim. Galpleki Revefech Matsebleki Revefochabat Bla and Seboplevisosili. Galgi Revefech al Blesvien. Ambleki Moremecham. Dapleki Revefoch Basef. In Schlekim Borefacham, in Schlekim Borefechini, Blevisosableki Morevesva. In Skolaktika Revefechama. Then, Sloparev Chobablekim, Revesfachav Levesosplaim, Gelka Revefachor, Levesmansiva Blekimal. I switched the shared and showing what they said and are forging now and making up will be the whole night having sex with them, but where exactly strategy has helped while in broken plan. Jewish will be homosexuals, prostitution, abomination, the generation that they will show. And Hestel 1904 with exactly the exhibition for the world of the Pleki Mochavesachisim, the secret societies of the world, to show into Masonry in those days that they will be the superior to follow. Like this, Perro de Guarda, Nazi revivals, SODOM-GOMORRAH, KIRSCHNERS, and the bodies. So they had a show, the Pleki in base of spiritual powers. We're going to show that we can make it. With the Nazi Christians making that in the name of the Lord Jesus. There will be found always a demon where God is himself pleased and placed. Because of his exactly the Academy, who they are. With them in our evangelics. Remboblek ma revefechava and blevisvota revisfochale sosami. Gelbika revefachmon secham. And wherefore about 5 million persons in the world, Jewish, and few with a very staged elemental that they could hold in, but terror chat making, any elemental testimonial around anyone which will ever have a power for position offered and to taking, to the giving a lion or a testimonial that they will provide me what I want. KIRSCHNER styling in this hall. And I done it first, and I show you once one around AIN Ga'abtu used to noticing what we're moving and what we're doing. Oh, don't you hear them, those? They are all the time delivering. We are making a job. You have no idea. We're going to do this. Masonry in the whole of the world. So suddenly, the attention focused in the completeness for the liar thinks knows something. We are the ones that are doing. I'm going to show you. Once you see some hocus pocus of some for the stage as possible collectively delivered. And the reality for the Kleki Mocher Chalchimi in the base of where the spirit. Popleki Mocher Fechaliki what Lechem Chalvesochalam in Pleki Mocher Fechaliki Sosim. And those peoples were shown with a very selective chap, which were called the Gestalt Antanum, proceeding with a plekimogrebehalvis passing while men and women were raped and sacrificed. Banasi. Sodom-Gomorrah. En plekimogrebehalkisimatzim, KIRSCHNERS, unesor. Ben Chobat Blech Minterra Fechua Blech Masechalim, while Terto saying, Lo roban, is it robando con control mental? The same class of a shit that I announce here, and I'm going to show, even with this. So suddenly, Impot Legimorra Fechal Besparaniki Redespasima, Bankachala Amasvasim, which give me a moment, I'm going to unplug my router of Telecentro Sociedad Anónima, which are the same, and I'm going to reinitiate this. Sorry. The cutting chair seems like the enemy. So, what it is, elemental truth, and elemental clear. Is the clear elemental all over Bentlika Maghreb Fechol Ahmad Lechim Boblegi Vaferim? Bentliki Maghreb Fecham. Spatmatin. In Bobletir Retachments, Boblevis Barref Fechal Versof Hamas. Amplekir Rovachmut Sebablevis Aspika Barref Fecham. So whatever the argument and excuse, study it with tellers and with the degeneration of I done first and I am the hero of you and you get to follow me. Whoever to be selected about the abomination they concerned, for the match, the superiorness they determinated, just like this, will be admissible. The rest, meat. Especially if there will be some dignitary el-Chais, existence and pre-erdilism, remobleki rebefochel, which this doesn't make us hate Eladon, neither be against or refuse, contrary, for. Beltleki mogere fechal chama, in bleki refochel besvasiv, bleki mogere fechmachim at samade, and at this hour supposedly nobody will help me, and they will ever do at freeway whatever they wanted, and it will show like the rest told they will be superior and the makers of everything I exist and I am, and also of God himself. So, Blenki reve foram svaralki mi reve fochlivisosef. At sech mi kara in blok mi reve gereits was sekushva sarchmatlim. In bleki reve foras vachalki mi soka plavisosim. In bleki mogere vechalweg vidas bij. En happen de bleki mogere gavis potachmi kalchera plavisospor kleki mishmotachan. In bleki mogere vechalvisosiv. Amblaktikara adagmasech ablevisocham ablevissosmut. Il koatsikal arretzachmi ales vital ishmotvet. Kelki bohram chalasma ampaserichumatzim. Then, is accept a reality, and a reality on the sense and the point for what this still happens around. Spen rabbe fachad vesvika chatz chananas flevis for samashvotzim. Incompletierer dachal basel tavismotet anblek an ravisvat. Selvish motet chmital blevesos batim. El tikar ratachad asmat en soshoba. en sigispat en sigisblokkowakers vasen. As setlekim borafach monspat leve en levis borores seshmans mansfon elbakta. So this degenerados infernales act first, and he robbed me with mind control. You saw them all through 1909. First Reich, making the Bleki Rebe Fochmachalgin. Don't you hear them because of they are all the time making evil and delivering. There's nothing to hear about them and about them. Because of we're prepared for making what they've done like this, Barro de Generados still theirs. So wherefore about a complete Blanquir Rebe Fochmat Sigal Kivirim Bacheble Fople Besachivisam. And they had then Da'ir Achmare, which were a very leader for Jews. And the world had a very leading moment for the Bleki Fochmachalisassin, and were the core of the Nazi regime for the Bleki Fochmatzel Badli Karachmot, Zenso, and were permanently accused for the making intelligence. And this keeps on behaving on switching system and networks, like if I will be just isolated and they will do all I do. SODOM-GOMORRAH, Argentina, never stops until dies, like any other. So, while and through, Belrevi format Sechal Bechnachal disinstalls and disappears the doors because of were not completed the cycle. Not always is this. Benchi Revi format Serra Bechnat Lachni Sopla Bifab. Incopleki Refachman Sopla Bisforra Befatvi. In Soplas Saptika Marelach Matsemara. And while this leader for the Jewish about Eladon, El Chai, that terminated to giving like a judge on the census of Bleki Revi Fochman, without the most to understand that Yeshua has said, which were the intelligence over Bleki Borre Fachman Sishish Mosim, the real Mashiach Elachachai, Eladon. Malach Ma'anse Achatzi Chachai. And the reality of this had the Bleki Rebe Fochman Sechenidiem Pepesofnim, in Bleki Rebe Fochman Chalas Masem, and with the mercy to rescue him from this, like in the seasons of Abla Kimor and Cheres Masem, Liam Blavecha Betlekimire Fachalcha Belososim. And anybody can say, oh well, but God were making the Blechevesichish Vasenim, and the proof with them. The reason why Egypt had the moment in the same, will we? Because of God himself delivered them into Egypt for they to be exactly what they were. The Nazi story and the Sodom-Gomorrah, Iparro de Guardades story, and the same evangelics. So suddenly, at the reality that nobody tells and nobody shows, I'm going to show what this Parras Infernales starts to saying I said first, and he robs me with mind control, which is them worked beat, hold, for the making the rape to our people while profaning me, in witchcraft with the name of the Jesus of Sodoma Nazi, y Gomorra Nazi, Evangelista, Argentina, and the Bleki Mohrave Fechelidisos Paratis DAZA'MAH'V to work to them. And Bleki Rebe Fachman Secheligish making the teller chap saying that they will have me, Kevin Babes postcard because of I wouldn't leave. And my living from here will be a blow chap. At the generate Sodoma Argentina, Ejército Argentino, chupame la banana, sorry for this, perro de mierda, and I will leave this way, they says. Come on, I'm gonna show you. You only have to make in this for we to just handle the situation and you can go. Blow chap. I told you with all facts. And after that, the Mason rape and murder because of Paydan. And the rest on the court, below already. Oh, he were admissible and he admitted. So you gotta be because of his law. Sorry for this, but it's exactly the textual and everything. F word, rape. Then, elemental. Ben krive fachmatzachal batlegi rave fachmatzachalim. Batlegi rave fachmatzach matlavis vosidish batav. Ban rave chelki machare fogar des fachtim, controlling domain for nothing to be admissible or accessible, and nothing to have, less the condition of the reality to be real, truthful, shown in the world. So they had the bleki reve foch matzachal bleki mi reve foch bachal visochal blechim reba bleki reve foch batzvat visvi sheratika machaveson. And anything like where intelligence to making and destruction and camouflaging, controlling domain to showing superior, elemental like a divine. We have everything. We show power. We are superior. Nobody can touch us. Nobody can do a thing but us. With name of anything to be element of attention for the supposed dignitary of superiorness and unscratchable, unstainable, impeccable element to you, superior. And whoever tears, karatari, to stain, to scratch, to please. Rembo bleki moreves fasidishmans, pa bleki moremitin. KIRSCHNERS are this. And the whole perro de cuarta, Ejército Argentino, Armada Argentina, Evangelista Unido. And considered of expertise, SODOM-GOMORRAH, Argentino NACIÓN. With that emblem of the inherent fathers, because of will be had, and will be the element for Sodoma. We are the machos, we have it big. Gotta be perfect. Batleki mogre fech matzachal idiote vesafim. Bleki mogre fechal blibis vaselav. Am bleki mogre fechal chamaglav. In bloki begre smot levisesh vasima. Chel chamar. Nasi have done the same. And the same have done at Tabor. And the same have done Pi Amera. And the same have done Bisvasar. And the same have done Kobalim. And the same have done Besu. And the same have done Kapinot, and the same Babel, and the same Biaro, and the same Kambawu, and the same Baalatu, and the same Balubamub, and the same Babalot, and the same Koverot, and the same Chobalam, and the same Pansaora, and the same Ishkatar, and the same Cherchat, and the same Patsaor. Just like Hitler and KIRCHNERS. And Nasur. Ejército Argentino will be the elixir of the world for the Blekin Bohar-Fachmachalkim, delivering the whole that they needed and expected to have that their ancestors couldn't reach. They will do now, because of they will brought the master, Luciano Troiano, the poor corrupted kid, Bami, for it to make him a supposed stage. Rempa pleki mohreve sechave pleki migreve fochave sim, Yeshua Hasaret. Elachachai Mashiachcha. Kalberamo pleki mohreve sechim, where apa atarocha, THZAO'M. Dansu ampu ana arato. Then, with insochal amberam, and what it were, at asar kavoch, and suram amarus. With Varot Ades Horasu El Kaiser, which were not ill, but not for Italy. Ben Rabbe Fachman Sechili Altavak, Angelo Blachma Chavesinim. Bleki Mogre Fechol Bledisvatara Sechalivisosastich Matsevamin. Anyone opportunistically seek abominable freak in the world, we're taking elements like, and are only of children, And this comes my opportunistic washing face for, oh, buddies, I'm going to use it because of, and this will be the truth. About the, I told you and I said first, the one that. Ben Grefach Matsechalik Ishwasim, Reich, second. Ben Klikim of Revefach Pasimasim, Ben Klikim of Revesim, already the whole like this have done in 2003, 2004, and a little before. Expecting the master to the head taking in base of, we have it here and we are going to get something from here because of evangelics already shown us and already told us that this will be. And Carnival is going to help us a lot because of he has the control in each one of us. And where? Ben Ravefach Matsechaliki Ravefochem Ablegi Vispach Matzaram. Ambleki Ravefach Matsechal Vetivish and I will become like they began. With a video. Yeah, he makes my control, and I told you he rots to the state. We got to come to the church for they to pay us for what he's stolen to us, and the ones that helps him because of nothing works there. And put in the whole of the world the church. Bodies of it, for there to be getting for and killed because of. We get not out of this. Bont legim of Ravetsefam, and shloker Ravefocharim, amplevesvotzivim. Leia bleki Ravefocha blevesvativis mashechal vesmatim. Im blogim of Ravefechivi blevesvoseveshev. Eblegim of Ravesvam, selvas vetish. Republikim of Ravesvasiviseshev. Semboplat an kerkomos monimir. Ileki Ravefocha levisot levesashvan. Tolati an kelchud an teresmoti. Inspot livis monashver. Reta chidiki mishpat an plevesafim. Skalchal vispat zikan skalchal asvas vesiva. Inspot lemikan at lesov. Talveki Ravefog Matzil, Mas Vesomar. Incompletica Ravefechoval, Ans Vesamarim. Serchol Batlekimo Ravefechal Vesav, Amplevesochav Blasamir. Incompletica Ravechal Vesevasim. So there used to being these people taken, while and through. After the first ever World War and World Road Habasmasim, and called War Roads one Asvesov, forget the list, which this were very pronouncing for what it were the Piazzor then. The War Roads Habableki Ravesov for Hamasim were not mentioned for World War. Were actually the Blekir Evachovat and Samoplevesasim, saying, we are in the domain already, the base and the core, we win. For Nazi. So through this, intelligence of the world, we're making a very look around what potential, what to learn, what to understand, and what to proceed with for the making a child. And never let go, no peace. For the control domain and remain what will be element for power and element for the magnitude that they will need. All through this, Glegir Raffochman Sechel Viopleves Masad, Amplegir Ravisfoseshed. And about the Glegimor, as Metlikimor Rafochbatletzig. The Sluat Legimor Rafachbatlikimor Rafochel Visosim in base of. They will play the superior Egypt, like this. Podlekim Boraf, and Blegim Borafachlachim, start to make the Blegim Borafachal Visot Blegim of the Bachalagim is Spacham at Lagam at Tonka Bob, that is Spatsimat, then Blegim Borafachalakim is a Habableti is what the Spachar, Achamatlavim, and saying that they wouldn't be defeated, and show it to the world. Of the magic world, the Glegimor Fechal Visechmesim, Sodoma-Gomorrah, Babylonia, Egipto, Bin Sodaru, Amaram, Ambesim, the reunion of the whole of the clans of the Pleki Barreves Hamasafin, ethnic revivals, KIRCHNERS, Nasuren des degenerados, and Pleki Morreve Halbetzivo Hoshbochma Plekalisim, giving them the whole of the spaces and news for their making business, having the best ever elemental like KIRCHNERS and des degenerados, whoever abominable criminal degenerates, saying we are gonna win and we are gonna show you that we are gonna send the Pleki Reve Fochmasim and we are gonna give you the salvation and the best ever superiorness and holiness, and we will be like gods in Pleki Reve Chubaplesasim. And third, to calling also to Elohimbo and to ATMAH'V Pantheon. Gelko Reve Fachmasivamab. Skol Reve Fachmansia Bleveswotech Viachmatzel and Blevesochvat Levesosidiga. Revobleki Merovesochvashveki Yarabachmana Blai Pasveg Nishafam. And they proceeded about making the Pleki Reve Fachmatsua Levesoshachinatim. We don't first, we're the superior. Who would be but us? And Pleki Reve Fachelivisosidi, of course, and Pleki Mespashvesia, Berhevetivosubad. And my fantasy that I will be who I am, and I will do what I do. And only then will be me. And will do what I do. Because of they will be government, and they will have rights and everything will be admissible for them, no matter what. Who will be I? And who will I think I am? And what the right will I think I have to say what I say and doing what I do. And they will control and giving a very Bible way for good uses to this. And they will have the stars, the prices, the superior elemental prestige and money, and will call from the whole of the world to take positions in the governments and showing that they will show and giving the elixir of the kingdom of heaven. They come first. Rembo Pleki Mahrevesihi Shosim, the less fortunate. I handle the less fortunate. And helping and delivering the real ones with not sick freaks degenerados, making a business of my life for they to remain in showing the heroes of the Blechamasim, la bragueta saltarina de los degenerados de Sodoma. Abominable mierda enferma, sorry the word. Ever after, Shalah, they are. Rembo Pleki Mahrevefechal Bespaktika Revefocha Maklima. Lenkiva Revefochmachal Visivisi Shvatsemir. Every day making a degeneration and a witchcraft and a profanation and evangelista degenerados in the name of Jesus to be to transfer, which nothing transfers because of God is not there, but diablos, which they are, forever. Balchava, Imploki Mahrevefechua Plevesasiv. Impleki Mahrevefach Matsimam. Ampleki Revefochad. Destroying and ruining our people for they to have in place and showing up that they will do. Proceeding at slave having for power's source. Proceeding at the destruction for bad groups and families being raped and murdered to testing and proof for the Reich that they will be the superior and they will found the elixir power of Sodom-Gomorrah, Nazi, like this. Everyone learning how to staging and confusing the mind and making the mind control power and showing that will be superior, making the confusion and understanding, we show you, we domain you, we are superiors. No one will be but us, and you turn to showing superiorness, and I'm gonna show you, and I'm gonna making my pleasure receive, and I'm sorry the grotesque. I'm beltless. I'm blessing my Rabbi Fechman said it last month. Incomplete Rabbi Sachbesi. God blessing my Rabbi Fechua, Blevesas Vachite Cheshvasech, my Blavisma, Anchetacham. And never releasing nobody for Nobody could give in the reality data and they are once known. Unless to escape for embarrassing themselves in front of the world. We show you. Everyone had a day, no one would escape. KIRSCHNERS, SODOM-GOMORRAH, EVANGELICALS-UCD, PREIN'S, CARNIVAL'S, cabreras, anacondias crudos. And the rest all associated. No one will escape. Oh, you want something? Show that you got faith, and the Lord is going to give you that faith. Nothing ever happens, it's all okay. You just have to go to a church, otherwise you're going to be a demon. Los diablos degenerados de Sodomalandia. Evangelistas argentinos con el perdón de víctimas. Which are not victims, justice for. KIRCHNERS, on the no lo dejes escaparse, que no tenga nada y que el mundo no puede decir que nosotros le hicimos esto y no vamos a avergonzar a la patria, por supuesto, nosotros somos, ¿qué se cree? Y nosotros decimos primero que yo voy a dejar mi carrera, me caga la carrera, le voy a dejar y no es así nomás, yo voy a perder lo que me gané, lo que tengo, por supuesto. Legado argentino. El jaguar valiente. La gata sodomita, que tampoco es una gata. Argentina. Gombarra plech masechal givisosem. Roblevi farravesechal dat legimos fokalvesasim. Igleki morravefachhuablevesasar. Remoplech machalgimim. They staged themselves the brave chower. In these terms, themselves. Fom revefachman sechal miki mi revefochal besasim. Remaplegima revefochal besvita varchavesos levesashvasam. Then happened the plegima resim. And once that made them the disasters ready for the saying they will never give in and they will make it. The reason why Masonry kept the elements that will be proceeding the legacy in the whole of the world. Nazis, secret societies. The reason why of the shelter, especially where no one will ever just come around or see, or will easy die, the class, the root, Argentina, and then associations worldwide. So, Blanca Redefechman Sachelvia Blegi Herfochale Herasim. I do first. It's me. I see. And I saw the complete of the player of the Sachelvia in this facility. And I saw you. Where am I gonna go? What am I gonna do? My poetry. Reba plesimat chanachot svasea plitish vaserati etzesim bas vlos masesh. Galblikema revefechua blevesasvatash. Galekema plechmanim. Galet Meister rage and says, I don't first. And what did he stolen to you? Can you show me? When I started to talking, oh, I gotta check my device. I had no storage in just my video first. They says that they got some destroying my device and making the plechavisim with a plevismas name. Don't you see? We told you we gotta come to and kill because of his tongue to us. And like so suddenly, the second Reich were the Klekim of Revefachaligivisus Matzanim. It were the second re-election. KIRCHNER. And Bleki Revefachmatzach, and Bleki Revefachmatzachal,
Ambleves baterret ishvasech, amblegis montuat levesev. In l'optica morave fochal, amblevis fochem atlevis osidimi. Slanke verrive fochem chalevismot, amblevis fochavis motlevis osid. Ishkel batrali chalegan, rembablegi moraves foslevis eshev. Selvotlar and selvotikal. Selvosserem fatlevis esim. Obletir dachalchan, amblevis formasesha. Galor in revismat. Lo ablevis serre fochablivis vatlachman chalvis sublevis marvesos patik. Galch adasmati. Legi verre fochmatsel biklever roves fachishvos matlevis monasu. Ten rave fochmatsechalivi barre fochabesige roves fosmasem. Then the Third Reich, Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner. Elected. Amblegin morave fachubat lechmatzach alviobles osasima came the Second World War. But the situation is that this, Barras, made them, we're not going to be smartest because we already have the power. And we'll have inside El Tachnim Sepobat, Monra, Luciana Troviano. Using the scum shit desolar for the making the destruction they've done to my people, to me and to the world, which still thirsts to keep on saying that they won't give in exactly. Sodom-Gomorrah, Egipto, Nazi, and Babylonia, all together, over here. Remboblegi Maghreb Fechalvisim, and pretending to bring to Hitler clonaged. Like clonaged 5 other mummies, saying that they will bring them ancestors and them suffer perfection, diablo de mierda, just like them. Remboblegi Maghreb Fechal despotic ishvatechal chman levismon vitushvati. Inkel kipatech rachi vismotel. Bleki Maghreb Fechol levismot vasoshva. Am bleki Maghreb Fechmon chal vispotel. Damas noresh. Inkopleti Rebe Fechol. Am blevisos magel. Rembobleki Maghreb Fechbot lachbimat levisos patach vishvasel. PREIN'S Vasim. Alle tare verhoves fachmansel blati jetor fachal vasmodan. Gelbikar aramatsem. Gelbikar betchovet techmesim beshvasacham. And blagi verhofechmot lagi vasim, where the unmasked face for we're going to show you superior. You don't do bend on, or you shall be regretting it. Recognize us as superior and come to worship and do what we tell you, and whoever can be and killed, and whoever can be dead, and whoever can be slain, you better accept the destination that we give you because of we are the ones that, in base of the research of the whole of the development of Nazi will deliver into the pleki Maghreb Fachman Siboplin, in Spotaki Maghreb Soshvasi Bopleveswati, Anchal Kibo Ramasecha Bopleveswasi. What are these barras infernales degeneradas doing? The 879,000 deaths are the head of the whole of the world on Nazi and THZAO'M and on Sodom-Gomorrah practice about they will dignitary will show that they are the superior, handling it this way like diablo degenerados, profaning and destroying peoples and lives like puppets are the ones that they said had to remain until they just show that they will become kingdom of heaven based on what they do to me with what is called colita de quadril. This is what you have on the livestock product for farm meat, the hilba. Hold for the using like a mouth spelled, and the whole of the blood of Blechmasechanim Revesim in the name of Jesus and Bleki Borharesachti Kirchners and Blefon, Chataro, which is not Jewish, and putting the phallus in, or canting palo, which is Mansed, for Gomorrah, with my face on the supposed mouth, on the supposed vagina, rectum, the power, the elixir, the power of the phallus, the power of the vagina, for the raping people, saying that that powers them and they will become Sodom and Gomorrah. Blanki Rabbe Fochman Sechel Lektika, Ma Rabbe Fachel Kisasim. Didn't realize yet. Blodsmack. Trolazos, Nazi, degenerados Sodoma, and the rest. Blanka Rame Plachma Sechili Able Fochel Sechili Sosim. Glekim Rabbe Fechman Sechel Levivan. They concerns that they will give the view, oh, we are going to show him we are not what he says, and there's nothing happening. Liars! Nazi. As brech hat se ben rechen, des man die Schwanze bei Optimons Bandi. Stangit is vates nimeon berambis bans, des mon jankti repastov. Bon ramste, mishmanspe, tanradi, koziaf, galerie, gansperenfen. Zinsebi, des lieken borin des bansesnosen, bins kaboren an schmeinvil, salang choten, stangransen, sminsebi, Schweingrenzen. Do you hear that often? Den ribes ans mensen spente boant an koiofo, tasolush, Transventi. Ah, stash bladi kadredachet semen son schmondian backen mumien en berette. Das Helavischlungsbans, Chintia, Becken an des Geleinte van Gostin, dat is bij. Naast inslasje. Gavet, sali men riansen, sebe blessedi kan, schwung regans, bent als ons luman bombati, goddos een barbarten. Stans te su, stibanda, gansvi. Dat is mo in bojanta te staan, gati. Do you hear this often? Third Reich, bandlemisva, het as mons met bankransises, spojesan, kimplegiot, ampereni. Gople bespader gaan en gaan we blachlis, zoals we die wisselfel wisselschellen, en gaan we blachman gaan wisselschmin. Send the whole of the class and train to the whole of the class, all of the world, then secret societies, some that make them believe it. Everybody believes to us. Who are going to believe it? Do you believe it? Are you living? Because of that is the power of the essentials with a God. Well, you focus with your altar, your phallus, your myth, your colita de quadrille, the faith. They're going to believe you. In the name of Jesus, it's going to happen. Do you believe? Rembo pleki ma rebe fechal blevi smata chalach visosie. In Kotleki Maharasim, I've done first. I had my altar. I already, with the whole that I worked. Oh my God, I'm not gonna lose it. We're falling and working for this. Do you hear that often? Remopleki Maharebe Fechol Bleti Chomoplecha Gisach Nishvasanim. And Remoplech Machal Visofeltim. In Gleki Maharebe Fechal Visof. The elixir, the price test. The price is tall. I'm not gonna waste it, and I'm gonna let this one to do this and having such a thing. It's me that's gonna be. Do you hear this often? Trembotli dishvansbechen. Amblek bergen bespant besponge bespent. And just woke up Gabriel Namari. I done it all, don't you see? I just woke up and I found this, and I started because of my wardrobe and he was taking off with my control. It was my dream. God will hear. Bentlicem ben restes ben hat is mans bush pans bu. Kalrat tassin. Inch bodinze kim biambat ans tu. Jesman ben gewisbat. Skablet jan habe swungen sparen hetes. Snit sachen khamis. Ni me an zu anschwont. Kim jambli ger rebi pampat. Sbornet. Godspan zeggen. Ableki me redes pangat sensesh. Binst tu bi angrebion. Choptavian stasht mond ik activong bret oisti. Schlekim bachanisman reta sports. Gewoon spijnswets nashmanso. Gnanto. Do you hear this often? Uncapable. Cannot be, what do I want for? A car. Money. What do I think I can buy for? A new computer, a new Android. Oh my God, clothes. What did this one once did? There are people that did the most. Sodom-Gomorrah and the whole Diablo de General of them, sure. Needs my life and everybody else's, which is a word, and someone which unadmissible. I am the one that is superior. Bend down and you shall be. Sorry for whatever you do. You will regret. Rembapleki macheves pachalivisos aplivismos avishos. Akleki macheves machidis fasishva. He thinks it's gonna be life, of course. In base of them ancestors, abomination, degeneration, disgusting freaks like Nazi, and the rest of Egypt, Babel, MAHO'D, Ablekin, Barfesach, Matzin, Il Kaisar, Karvaor, An-Nasir, Pishkora, Rapatha, Nimarem, Bush, with the pardon of the Father and whoever to be victim. Blenki Rebe Fokman Sechil Biba Bleki Maraveso Kushvatsi, in Kableki Maravesim. We are not naming so much other. Machiavello. We're the same. Bebleki Maravesim, Varsvin, Kartmeli, Rosbet, Andalas, Karnasim, Divale, the one that wanted to destroy Magnuson in Russia with the royalty of Russia, with them Bleki Maravesim and revolution. Stalin were exactly around the idea for this, and I'm sorry Russia, but it's the truth, and you have records for this, and a lot of people were destroyed for this. And a lot of others were associated at the condition for this. Seeking for some way to preserving powers and keeping the condition of a dynasty for no one to ever touch or take away, and making the view for this Nazi will never happen again, but taking the source for the making some referred about masking for the keeping powers and watching how to survive secret societies and forwarding whatever they had to do. Reason why Stalin have done what they've done with them. And remained by making the disasters we all at Lesim, Skimbar and Barvisi at Raspo, still we suffer. And it's not Russia. And China with Ambafer, Chi at Atsesu, KIRCHNER, and the rest of the world. Ethnic survivors. Remboplekim of Revespachlegin is Sartikim. They said they got a Guinness, Fourth Reich. I got first. We got it. Gonna take the world. Hitler could, and we will. Don't you count on me, perra. Argentina de mierda. En una sur de mierda. Sorry the words. For the victims also. Intelligence for anything. Oh, he's helping to us. Don't you touch it because of his sorcerers. I will be slaughtered, for the meat will be them glory. My body. Don't you touch it because of cannot be cursed by the power of God, because of whenever we afford, we put the curse and the destruction that this And it's God putting on us. And we show that we dismiss it in the name of the Jesus for that to work to us. And they are going to pay for us, not us, because of in the name of the Jesus said that God wants mercy for souls. And I wouldn't be mercy doing, so God will punish me with this. In the name of the Jesus. Diablos de mierda. Y muertos por toda la eternidad. Republiki mogaves fachbaltiki mogaves soshacha blaves vatzechimitim. In such be a blavesad. Republiki mogaves sochule visafad. Is vasechmatim. Spableki mogaves fechaleki visasim. So make them training to the whole of the world for making this. The reason why we are what we are and happens what happens. KIRSCHNERS. And then 879,909 what's business and career. Is the quote of this tierra de mierda with the pardon of the victims. That they're still to making signatures all over UNASUR asking for internated or put it in jail. We are not going to tolerate this. And pretending at the conscience and understanding is not real, that it will still to perra de cuarta, they will do all I exist and all I am. Poetries, photos, designs for crafters. The cyber chapter still tries to stealing by kidnapping engineers from Israel and engineers from US and the liaison office, which no one is here. And also will kidnap Melech, Your Majesty, King of Israel, and the royalty of Eleron, and also Madame Queen of England, for the making we are and not them the power of the fathers, and also Mr. President, and your runners lives in office, and criminology. We are going to show we were all the time and not this one, in base of covering me, and I will be the beast for that. I will cast this because of I will name myself and I will done my job about I came for, and not like a demon, but exactly Aliyah and Iyaya, which I am. Glekimo rarefechmat likili rarefechmat halbim. En glekimo rarefech lakim, acá lo supe, mataste gente porque me nombré, y se te pudrieron los 7 millones de degenerados que tenían profanándome. Marica Federal y Marica Side, Marica Kirchner. Y Marica degenerada evangelista Fuerzas Armadas Argentinas, con el perdón de algunos, pero todos y otras víctimas. Rembobleki magrefechol blativi rarefach mahal gibis osef. And who told you, evangelista de mierda, diablo degenerado, that you could have put in them supposed freight net? Degenerado hijo de perra consciente, perra de Lucifer, nazi de cuarta, diablo de Sodoma. That perras de cuarta de Sodoma, Ejército Argentino, Fuerzas Armadas and KIRSCHNERS will ever have my life given, my virtue, my existence, and who I am and all I do, given by you. Supposed authority of what God? Diablo de mierda. And I don't talk about myself. Illusory. Diabla bruja. It doesn't work the way you say. That is not what you define and nothing like you do or say. Sound cheer for. Rempopleki magrefefarleki bagrefechobla despatsem ishkopletika magrefechar. And I don't produce the murder because if I don't shut up and I wouldn't be just a watcher, the witness. The best ever elemental that Atzchini Cheshvat, the name of his, presents at the reality of flesh and bones, and I will be a demon that's stolen the body from the heaven. God himself giving the testimony, and you deny cannot be the Lord because of names him, names her. Thinks is a woman, and you put Gomorrah, pack of demons, with uniform of forces and a badge to raping my people, saying you're going to be a because of Lord given you. Diablos de mierda, evangelistas, with the pardon of victims. And making in base of witchcraft and profanation, you will know what I say and what I do. And in the name of Jesus, because of the Spirit went away, you never had no spirit, but diablos. And that's the way you die. And you go to hell, evangelista, degenerato de Sodoma. Rembli apleki verva fochman secheli di bapleki magaresim. In scople terra, in scople tierra vesfapa. Los áctica magaresim, sos muy conscientes, los tenés adentro. Y Adonai no avalan, no son autoridad, son brujas y son diablos. Creídos de autoridades de Dios, pueblo de Dios. Pueblo de Sodoma, ponen perdón de víctimas que no son para Sodoma, ni tampoco mi gente, ni para Gomorra, ni para KIRSCHNERS, ni para ninguna perra degenerada nazi revivals. KIRSCHNERS. Repotleki magares pachal, bespotleki magares sushpachal, as masinim. And this will they do. Welken borgare fechman sechari disosima. Incompletica archim. You make me forget. Your mind control and your profanation and your evangelista perra de cuarta de Sodoma. Works for you, te funciona. Argentina de mierda. What did you do to me? Ben likaben respotach muasmat levisospatiki mavarespotiki. Am levispotar revifache vispodlevis mesespatica. Antles manachti kobladismu revispoter and levismanos utuatki shuatzikameri. Do you need any other language that you are tellerchap saying that you will speak French, Italian, Russian, Portuguese, Croatian? You will speak Lithuanian, you will speak Greek, you will speak Antique, you will speak Urdu, you will speak Bafi, Arab, Mansaur, Egyptian, you will speak Mansua, Afrikaans. Sodom-Gomorrah, you have the whole specialized, like you say, specialized. To the making the we are the flyers, return heroes with man control. Bruja de mierda, pedazo de perra de Sodoma y Gomorra y nazi. Pedazo de mierda. Te voy a poner muerta. Rembotleki Magraves Fajalequín, te voy a poner muerta. No le pegues a las mujeres. Chandabil. Caballo, burra de batalla, más que caballo. Burra de batalla de la perra vaginitis. Matando, reventando, atacando gente por todo. ¡Ay, no les pegues! Violando con un fierro, con un par de viagras y con un callar. ¡No les pegues! Te los voy a matar a todas, te las voy a dejar muertas. Carne de perras. Rembopleki magreves fojal blevis martejalim. Injobapleki magreves sojal aplevis osidish vasel. Kel chom mapleki magrinisbad amplevis osibad. Kel bogram aplech masechal bika magreves fofav. Ansenot. Glen kimogares patachid ishpatanzal kimogares achim. ¿Qué me hiciste? Bopleki mogares botlivis osatlivis mojerham aplevis osmatikam. Ampleki iran bopleki vitas vetas nos mehamavim. Ampleki mogares fajalevis osereba. Falsificaste todo lo que te mandaron las firmas de sus señorías. Estas son las órdenes. Y lo que mandaste para Ginebra, para New York y para Jerusalén, para Washington DC, Moscú y otros países, capitales, te lo vas a meter en la vaginitis y en tu rectitis, perra Kirchner, y mierda Sodoma y Gomorra Argentina, y evangélicos. Fueron citados para que se termine todo esto, en base a lo que nos es a mí y a mi gente y la deshumanidad que más acerca de mi persona. Inclusive esto que ahora acabo de decir y grabar está siendo en notificación para que digas por qué seguiste haciendo lo mismo, falsificaste las órdenes que se te mandaron, a lo que amenazaste pretendiendo tomar las sedes diplomáticas en Buenos Aires y en el sur, de toda nación, la cual colabora con States and Justice Bodies, con Cortes de Justicia Criminal Internacionales y la SODOM-GOMORRAH, los cuales UNASUR no tienen, no son ni serán. Y dicho otra vez, ninguno es ni fue ni será ni otorgado. Y nazi de mierda, Reich, Fifth, Nazilandia, Sodoma y Gomorra, KIRCHNER, UNASUR. No sos ni gobierno, ni lo fuiste ni lo serás. puñado de degenerados y de criminales violentos, baratos, ferales, genocidas. Vas a morir como la mierda que sos. https www at the third fragment of this video. DFDMC and DCAMBIL. Gestalt, KIRCHNERS. UNASUR, Ejército Argentino. Armada Argentina, Fuerzas Armadas Argentinas. Guillermo Nació Prein, Osvaldo Carníval, Omar Cabrera, Juan Crudo, Carlos Anacondia. United Evangelicals. DRMC and TMC, Argentina. The sickness of the whole ages, but for victims and innocents, with making exodus as best possible. The F99399, middle, ITAC, ITAF, MORHIM 85, DISMOR 44342, DISMAT 811319, BM 6564, DISMOR 889, middle CIS, middle OTRNC F5. This is Wednesday, the 2nd March, and I'm sorry the videos before, I had a very similar disaster about the date. There existed February 29th at a Monday. Yesterday we were March the 1st, 2016. This is around 5. Buenas tardes. And Gestalt, Sodom-Gomorrah, Nazi KIRSCHNERS. Sos una degenerada mierda y así vas a morir. Dirás. Just a little bit extended while the supposed text PIC switch monta monter email pitlekima reves fojalvisos pledimage magalekima reves fojalvisasim Samsung chat 5330 plekimo reves fojalvisos pledima revesim will work for the recording and the whole of the rest inside the memory card. Sodom y Gomorra, sos una degeneración. Y sos Policía Federal Argentina, Prefectura Naval Argentina, Policía de Seguridad Aeroportuaria y Gendarmería Nacional, Policía Metropolitana, Ejército Argentino, Armada Argentina, KIRCHNERS, Evangelistas Unidos, UNASUR y toda tu asociación. Vos tan enferma, repodrida, enfiebrada, abominable mierda, masa de degenerados y criminales, abominables degeneradazos. Sorry for this. Let's put it in clear. Oh, they are. The problem is, do you need to kill because of a supposed demon that insane poured all over UNASUR to signate that I should be internated or in jail? Open in jail. And controlled for you to be me. And I'd liar, pedazo de degenerazos, perros infernales. So now the reality, forgive me again, is so true, except for the view, the incredibility. But actually the vehement anger ain't not gonna be illness, but certain reality and truth that I'm gonna put these freaks of abominations. Reality, some elemental more. Did you send 8 million degenerados to New York City with the forged orders, the forged signatures that your runners from the Hague and Liaison Office never sent you? UNASUR and KIRCHNERS and Evangelistas Unidos to saying that you will having payments of the supposed I robbed you, while you help pay me for what you robbed me for making the less money that you keep on making about the whole I do and the whole I say and the whole I exist, even if I would simply breathe. Degenerada bosta patriota de Sodoma, Gomorra, Nazi y Babilonia, degenerada Latroviano 666, y tu población de mierda, con el perdón de víctimas. Did you? Evangelista argentino, degeneradazo, criminal, psicópata, deflectivo. Sos una bruja enferma y sos una degeneración criminal nazi. Y ninguna otra cosa das, con el perdón de víctimas. Aunque no te parezca, Lucifer. a la realidad de todo esto, te voy a dejar en claro y en inglés. Enfermita mierda. It's exactly like I said, and it's exactly like I saw. You make the function of demons, and demons you serve, and you serve for the class of an abomination that you are breed for. The cradle of you delivered the abomination and embraced abominations in your belly. And the abominations in the name of the Lord Christ, for the love of the soul and the mercy that you will save and embrace, which Adonai says, hell no, because of hell remains hell. So you went for the whole of the legions, and you pretended of the poor one, Savior and mercy for the souls that Lord would ever have, the miracle in transforming and putting my life in them, because if I will curse them, and Lord will want to save them. So you went for the whole of the demons at the shape of a human with not being nothing but hell. And you said, Sodom and Gomorrah shall be transformed because of you are the hero. In the name of the Jesus with your faith and profaning regesh. Making command of Abba Father. And you wanted to kill your majesty of Israel, and still you turn. And Elebron, the whole of royals, and what it is called government of Israel. With them communities still, like you do all around here in Unasur, with my people saying that we shall be all of demons because of we don't do your will. You will be the supreme authority of the God, like any Nazi, the generado de Sodoma, which you all are. And don't you dare to call no anointment, víbora and enferma, because of no authority were given to you about no God. And I don't resist no authority, because of I am the one I am, and not a demon. But you, demons, and I am el Ya, and I am el Ya, and you are gonna die, perros de cuarta. You kept on calling me, and you kept on forging, and you kept on the spell of your supposed faith, on your supposed anointment, profaned pagan witch, with the pardon of the victims. And all through this all, I'm going to set you clear that I am nothing like you, deflective switcher of realities in the name of a faith, which is an anathemic abomination just like you. I am not you. I am not with God, and I didn't call myself a Jew. And I didn't deal with no Jewish and with no Israel to come and reach. And I didn't come for the shelter, my supposed demon being. In the Jewish population or government of powers for the making my life. I am Eliyah. And even if I will have from El Jai, not from you, degenerada bosta, enferma mierda enfiebrada, poder, plata, prestigio, somos los más altos, nosotros mandamos, mierda enfiebrada. At the reality for what this is. If I from him will ever have a simple shake, a dinner place to washing cups, and one food plate in the table, one candle, and I have love, with my 3 months to prosper, while he to give me the way, I will be happy. But your way is not mine, and you don't put the way of no God, and you don't make my way. Perros degenerados. And what is mine, you do not say who needs first or most. Ladroncita víbora criminal. You are not going to say what is of God, and you are not going to say who of God, and what of God will have, and who God will give. To whom? Because of your sect is already Babel, and you're going to die. Degenerada bosta. And in the middle of the reality, when you just keep on murdering my people and victims all around, even from in your brothels, I'm going to tell you one thing, evangelista de mierda. I don't come to Israel and I don't pretend. I don't manipulate. That is your job every day. I don't do terror job and I don't profane. That is your job every day. I do not rob and I do not forge and I do not lie and I do not prostitute myself. That is your job. And I do not do demon's job. It's yours. The job, and you're going to die that way. And you're going to have it sooner. Perros enfermos. And you're going to know this because of I am, not you. And you're not going to be me neither. Adonai never gave you nothing which is the life of my people, no belongings, no patrimony, and neither mine, less mine. and less celebrons, and no government. And you don't defend nobody but hell, and that's what you live for. Enfermedad de cuarta es lo que son. HTTPS www.dpicbmt F4342 Calvet 8993-944348 DMT DIC F55 DINCAL 934 middle sys middle MDIC 4342 middle BAMP 6.10T F9 system trickle. The last tools at this Wednesday, the 2nd March 2016, already around 800, a little bit more maybe. And the reality is, you don't say to Al-Hay to prove me. And whatever this happens about El-Hay Nay is going to be about El-Hay. And whatever Israel needs to do with El-Hay, it's going to be about Diablo degenerado, campaigner for that prove if that is true. Whatever Adonai says is going to be none. Satanás, suppose, y Lucifer. Evangelista de mierda, y tu Sodom-Gomorrah. KIRSCHNERS, your supposed government and authorities you have to keep. Put it back to the supposed God, Lucifer, your God, which is no God. Degenerados. Poder, poder, poder de tu muerte, hijo de perra.